So this game players updated event.info. So we're going to call this .game players updated, and we're going to do g gameplay dot get game players. Is that the So we need to do this sort of thing here. Game players updated. Do we already have a this? We already have a this. So okay, so game state left team members, it's going to be players dot what left team. Alright, okay, and thanks for sticking around and have a good time. And good luck. Alright, so I think we want a gameplay function here for something like get user by ID. Well, we don't know who actually got called first for some of this stuff. So probably what we want to do is we want to have the player's structure itself have the thing on it. So I think it's going to be something along the lines of this, where we do like f game players dot prototype dot. I actually want to include this before a lot of stuff. So let me make another piece of JavaScript here, which is let's just call it objects.js. We're going to include the generated. Alright, so we'll include the objects.js. So what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to call this fGamePlayers. So on our players here, so I'll just do it that way. So let's see. So we actually need to update our everything is so complicated. I guess we never actually update the game options because they don't change for our users. Bots never become players and vice versa. That's just not a thing. So we're never actually updating this. So okay, we need to go to add player widget, player data. Alright, so player data is bot. User lookup set, user ID. Well, supposedly that should fix this, so let's see if it does. So we've got our users, and then if we go to game options, reg event is undefined. All right. 173. Members is not defined in objects.js 3. Well, we actually called it. Oh yeah, it's because I need to put this .members on the front of it. Alright, gain state is not defined in 399. It looks like game options is working. Alright, so let's go to our gameplay. So we have this local player team. So I think what we want is a function that'll do this. Get user by username. Yeah, alright, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing, is stuff like that. Get user by ID, same thing. Just slowly uncrapifying a lot of this stuff. Alright, so let's do another one for get local user. So let's see what we got for enums here. This will be EBS teams.none. So what we want to do is check if the user ID is inside of our left team. Let's rerun that search again. left is red. Yeah, I screwed up the ABS teams. Gameplay, get local user team is not. Alright, so we should actually also have these in gameplay. EBS teams is not defined. 2310. Alright, well theoretically that should fix our team scoring issues. So what we need to do is actually start, sending out the event when the game players actually change. So it was inside of announce state to game state. And so user joined and user left is getting done. Are we adding ourselves to our lists? So we have user joined and user left. But we also need to fetch our information for this. So we need the players, actually. Let's see if there's like an actor pinning destruction or something like that. Alright, so it's going to be if actor is pending, kill pending. Continue. Return is true if this actor has started the... This is set to true in destroy actor after the network connection has been closed, before any shutdown has been performed. If this actor has begun destruction or if the actor has been destroyed already. Checks to see if the object appears to be valid. Returns true if it's a valid object. Faster version of it is checks to see if the object appears to be valid by checking pointers and their alignment. Name and internal checks are used. Alright, that's not really a thing. So I think this will return properly for getting the current players and everything. We'll have to see. But that'll tell us when game players have updated. So supposedly this should work, but we're gonna want to know. Yeah, it's just like set team. Okay, so I think that'll change all those. So we call set team and all that sort of stuff, and suppose it'll work. So this is a replicated blueprint read-only thing. It's going to call announce state to game state. Well, supposedly this should work. Alright, well, let's boot it up and see if I completely screwed everything, which I believe I have. But we'll see. So I'll have to test this a few ways. Let's just make sure we don't have any JavaScript issues going on. Is it game players? Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to add a new player to a specific team. So how do we create this in the in-game screen? T is undefined. You gotta support some of this backwards compatibility garbage. Left is red, right is blue. Dashkin, game players updated. Game option screen controller, game players updated. Alright, so game players updated. It's looking at 175. Wait, no, 392. User lookup player ID. Player ID is not defined, so user ID. Okay, so for booting a player, we need to go through for var equals 0, I is less than game players dot members dot length plus. Alright, if game players dot members sub I dot user ID is equal to user ID, then splice that member out and break. Alright, so this is left team and right team. So it'll fix that. And then for this guy, alright, so it's going to go through the team length. If team sub I equals user ID, then we just push onto the new one and splice. Alright. Unexpected token equals on 1789. 1797. And right there. Oh yeah, and we need to send out the events. Because they won't update otherwise. Alright, why is this not... $18.18. Add player widget. Player data and team. Alright, I think that'll work. Didn't work. Great. Team ID, user ID is undefined. Where the fuck did it go? Alright, so our current team is the left team, and our new team is the right team. Did it not throw the event that we have changed things? Events, game players updated? So we have request bot removal boot player, and alright, yeah, request set player team did not actually throw the event. Alright, so on the event, game players updated. So how is this set? One man Lucas raid? Oh shit. Well, hello Lucas. I'm just slowly grinding through refactors for UI, which is just boring and tedious. So, pretty much business as usual for me then. Karakan was here? Yeah, Karakan was here for a while. She is here no longer. She had things to do, like go and make sure that her travel was going to work properly. Yeah, exactly. She's busy. Alright, so I need to go to the screens for the game options. So we've got two players. The right team has only one player in it. Well, that's wrong. Because there's 2 members, and then the right team only has 1. Okay, so we got something wrong with our logic for setting the player team. So it's going to be over here. So when we set our player team, so we have our players. The right team has 1 player in it, and the left team has a player in it. All right. Well, okay. When we finish, what do they look like? There's 2 people in the left team when we're finished. All right. Well, that's correct. So we go to the game options screen. We have players, 2 in the left team, 2 members. He's too much of a wild hype man. Is he tryharding right now? Is that what's going on? I don't know. Well, he does more of a showman sort of thing, right? So there's only 1 entry in the user lookup? Really? Okay, so user ID is this guy, removes, delete that. So removes is gonna still have dude. Get user by ID. We got player 4. And so we'll add our player and keep going. So we've added it to the left. We've added a player to the left. User lookup, get user ID. I have to look a little closer into this. Yeah, I'm still not seeing what's going on here. Alright, well. If I add 1 and I switch it, it just disappears entirely. Well, that's obviously wrong. Okay, so we have players, so we have 1 on the right team and 1 member. So what do? We go through the left team, we go through the right team. So the right team, this user lookup has this should be true. So if my player M team user lookup delete user ID. Alright, so user lookup should only have nothing in it, and we've removed ourselves from our parent. Sure, switching values. Okay, so we removed ourselves. So where's the code to add ourselves back? So if our team does not equal this, then remove ourselves from this thing and delete ourselves from the user. Let me think. So we're not actually adding ourselves back.